Get to the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Can we please talk about the woman who's gone viral for her epic airport meltdown?
Don't judge her. Don't judge her.
Don't you dare. She was told that her luggage is too heavy, so she was captured lying on the floor and kicking her legs and her arms simultaneously at the Milan airport in Italy.
Like a bug on its back that can't get up.
Oh, my God. She was stomping her feet as well. Adults shouldn't stomp their feet. That's a toddler thing, guys, just so you know. So it was all caught on camera, obviously, and the Chinese tourist was given the option of either paying more or disposing of some of her belongings inside her suitcase, which led to her screaming and yelling, all the while lying on the floor. Can you imagine?
Oh, my gosh. So you can picture what she's doing right now. This is what she sounded like. That is a toddler with an adult's voice.
This is like a grown-ass woman deciding the best course of action in this scenario is to lie on my back and wail like a dying fly and scream at the same time.
This will fix the situation.
Oh, absolutely. So people branded her childish and a toddler. But in the end, do you know what she did? The 31-year-old, I repeat, the 31-year-old decided to purchase another airline ticket and fly nonetheless.
There you go. So that was quite the expensive ordeal. It might have been cheaper just to get rid of some of the belongings.
Well, we've all done that on Jetstar, haven't we? Oh,
Yeah.
That's more than 7 kilos, madam. Okay, sure. I'll just dispose of some of my worldly goods and take them from my suitcase into my handbag, but thank you anyway.
Also, I was like, it's 7 kilos. You know that. This weighs 24 kilos. What were you thinking? Oh, what? I didn't mean to.
Man, look, you don't want to judge people. You don't want to judge adults that have childish tantrums, do you?
No.
I mean, you'd hate to be that grown-ass man who had a tantrum over a Milo bar at his house, would you? You'd hate to be that guy.
Okay, in my defence. So we spoke to Cara a couple of weeks ago, my wife, and she revealed, just without any prompting at all, okay, maybe I had a little bit of a mini adult tantrum because there was no fresh Milo bars, and I enjoy Milo at night.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a long day.
Yeah.
Had a really long day, Jodes. I don't think it was that bad, too, by the way.
I'd say to you, as I would say to my husband, do you know where Coles is?
Yes. Well, I think it had shut by then.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the tantrum was that bad. In saying that, I didn't need to hide under the table with my bum in my ear and my thumbs in my ears for 2 hours. Jodes, what about this? So the mobile detection units, they nab you for using your phone.
Yep.
They're sort of everywhere at the moment. The one's closest to me is the one on South Road, and there's also one near Hindmarsh.
Oh, dear.
46,000 fines have been issued in 6 months to Adelaide drivers using mobile phones. I said 46,000 fines.
Whoa.
So this is the thing. More than $30 million has been generated in fines and levies. That's been issued in the first 6 months alone. I'm pretty sure what they thought was this was going to be maybe what would hit for the entire year. We're 6 months in and it's already hit $30 million.
That is insane.
So here's some of the most alarming statistics that I've ever heard in my life.
Go on.
They released the figures for people who have potentially been fined multiple times. So, for example, 308 people were issued with 4 fines each. That's a lot, isn't it? 4 times.
Yeah.
It goes up and up and up to 7, 11, 13 fines till it gets to the top. One bloke.
Who won?
One bloke won the race. One person has been issued with 41 fines for being caught using their phone while driving. 41 times, generating about $27,000 in fines.
So that
one person.
One bloke, 27 grand in fines for using his phone.
Do you know, I don't know if it's a girl or a guy. I just assume it's a guy because guys are idiots. I did say. So this is where it gets, it's a bit spooky. It's kind of funny, but also very sad for me. Yesterday, this came out via The Advertiser and I was Channel 7. We were discussing things.
Yeah,
like,
just saying, oh my God, how dumb are these people?
I said, I reckon I got on the table. I said, everyone, listen. How stupid are these people? Just put your phone away. I'm not joking. 10 minutes later, my wife, Cara, calls me. She goes, guess what? You've just got yourself a little fine, haven't you? And I thought she was joking. I was like, I don't remember that. But did I send you this article?
Yeah.
I said, no. You've got yourself a fine. You just got a fine for using your phone whilst driving on South Road. And I know exactly what it was. It was a couple of weeks ago when the kids were in the back and they were fighting.
Yep.
And they were fighting over my phone because they both wanted to play a song. So I've taken the phone and I've selected a song. And in that moment, I got done.
Yeah, right. The absolute irony of that, of you being just all obnoxious.
Everybody, listen up, okay? How can people be so stupid? I mean, grow up. Hang on, my wife's calling me. Hang on, I'll be back. I'll be back, guys.
He was dubbed a once-in-a-generation player by recruiters and was drafted to the Gold Coast Suns at just 18 years old.
Lycosis kicks a monster.
He's Port Adelaide's biggest recruit and he's finally come back home.
Gets it out to Lycosis. What a start.
Please welcome Jack Lycosis.
Oh, here he is. Jack Lycosis in the studio. Good morning.
Morning, guys. Good to be back.
Good morning.
All right, Joe. Let's go around the room. I'll start first. Let's go through any injuries that we're going through at the moment before we get to Jack Lycosis. I'm actually feeling pretty good, Joe. What about yourself? How are you feeling?
I'm not feeling great, Jack.
What have you done?
I've just got a little bit of gastro at the moment, which is why I'm sitting as far away from you as humanly possible. So it did create quite the conundrum when
She's very leaky. She's very leaky. Now, we just had a conversation before we got in here, Jack. And Joe's like, whatever you do, don't say this on air. But here we are. It's a safe space and I feel like it's a tight-knit family.
I hate you.
She said, look, what do I do now? Do I head to the toilet and risk not being able to get off the toilet, or do I sit through, have a chat with Jack and potentially poo my pants? She's risking it.
And
She's risking it.
I'm rolling the dice, Jack.
She's committed to the job. I love it.
I said that to you in private, and it was a
yes.
joke.
Okay, well, I
Sort
took it
of.
seriously and personally and put it out there. So
Anyway.
we're good, Jack.
Yeah.
How are you? How is the back? Where are we at?
Yep, I'm finally good. Well, finally much better. It's been a pretty frustrating few weeks with a sore back. There's not a heap you can do, and it just hasn't quite got as good as what we were hoping for. But no, I was back running yesterday and back amongst the boys, so we're on the way up now.
Nice. A little milestone. So what's the timeline? Where are we at?
Well, it's all feeling really good now. So I just haven't ran or done a heap for a few weeks. So I've just got to just build everything up over the next couple of weeks and hopefully a bit of training next week and maybe play the week after. So in probably, a little bit of a training block for me now, but the body is back feeling good.
That's good. I'm glad you can run, because if I went for a run right now, I'd
Oh
be the
my
Eastern
gosh.
Suburbs poo jogger.
Gee, you're the new poo jogger. Beware of imitations.
So, version number 2.
Oh, my gosh.
How frustrating has it been, though, for you, Jack, just to come down here and, in your first season, just really struggle to get out there?
Yeah, not much has gone right. It has been very frustrating. I was all right with the knee. Rehab was going well and I was, getting to work and achieving things. But, this back has been pretty debilitating. I haven't been able to do much for the last few weeks. Lots of laying down on the couch and that's about it.
Are you a gamer?
No, the first probably week of my knee injury, I got into it and then I'm like, this is a bit depressing. Just sitting at home playing
More
video
active.
games.
Is this your longest injury layoff of your career?
Yeah, I haven't really had anything too long at all. So, I've watched too much footy, so I'm keen to get back and get involved.
Any Netflix or Stan recommendations for anyone, for someone who's been sitting around the house?
Yeah, just finished Clarkson's Farm Season 4 on Amazon.
I watched
very
a bit
nice.
of that the other day.
Very good.
Have you seen any of that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson has got this 1,000 acres or something.
Yeah, he's got this massive farm over in England, and he just screws up everything and films it. Pretty much shows how hard it is to be a farmer. It's
Good
pretty-
content.
It's a good
Beautiful.
watch.
Yeah, in Cornwall.
Oh, in Cornwall. Beautiful part of the world. God's country, they call it.
Yes.
Hey, Jack, can we get you to stick around? Because we do a little thing each and every time that you're in called That's Atrocious Jack Lycosis. And you've got a little story for us involving one of your teammates and a particular water bottle where everything went really pear-shaped.
Yeah, I've got some good stuff for you.
Okay.
Stick around, Jack. I'll try to too.
And also, just keep an eye on Jodes, all right? I need you to give her about 4 or 5 metres separation, please.
Yeah, perfect.
Easy when you're a forward. Just pretend she's a pesky defender, okay? More from Jack Lycosis next. And also, give us a call right now, 13 24 10, if you'd like some tickets to the game on Sunday, because Jack, bless him, has brought in a whole bunch. It's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
He was dubbed a once-in-a-generation player by recruiters and was drafted to the Gold Coast Suns at just 18 years old.
Lycosis kicks a monster.
He's Port Adelaide's biggest recruit and he's finally come back home.
Gets it out to Lycosis. What a start.
Please welcome Jack Lycosis.
So Hazy, if you just missed it, by way of conversation with Jack, was just revealing to everyone about my ailments at the moment, which is highly embarrassing. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you.
All good. If you just tuned in for the first time, Jo just had gastro for the last couple of days, and I tell you what, follow her with a bucket and mop because, I mean, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
It's not that bad, Jack, just for the record. And then we segued into
Jack.
your
It
hair.
is that bad.
Okay, your hair and your thinning hair. And
Now it's
you
personal.
okay?
Now it's personal.
And the fact that, Jack, do you think he should shave it, or would his head be a bit odd shaped, do you reckon?
There will be a time to shave it, but the time hasn't come yet.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
Maybe after the 40th.
So,
That's next month.
and you said you were watching yourself on telly do some media this week, and your mum said what to you, Jack Lukosius?
Yeah, she said it's time for a haircut. I've been injured for a long time, so I haven't been in front of the cameras. And then, the injury report came out, so I decided to cut the hair.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's nothing scary as well than Mrs. Luco. Oh, my very
terrifying,
goodness.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Who has the most luscious hair at the club, do you think?
Miles Bergman, I reckon, would be up there.
Oh, yeah. Gee, with a body to match too, by the way. Can I say that?
Well, you just did. You
He's
weirdo.
put together very well.
Yeah, he's a lovely head of hair. I'm trying to think who else.
I would have said Darcy Burn-Jones.
Yeah.
Plenty of hair. Not the most stylish, maybe, but plenty of it.
No,
Oh,
plenty of
bless
hair.
Darcy. Just feel like he doesn't give a damn, and I respect that. Good on him. He's all about playing footy. He doesn't care about what he looks like.
No. Now, each and every week we like to do a little round of this.
That's atrocious, Jack Lukosius.
Oh, dish the dirt, Jack
Who's in
Lukosius. What
trouble
do we
this
got?
week?
What do we got?
I'm going to stitch up young Christian Moraes,
Again?
one of the young boys.
He's a regular, isn't he?
He kicked his first goal in the Sealer on the weekend, so we can get around him for that.
Great.
But before the game, he had a Coleridge water bottle from the hotel and decided to get some snacks with the lads.
Yep.
Went for a walk down to Woolies, got some pods or whatever he got, and then ended up scanning the bottle that he brought himself and paid for that as well.
Wait.
So that sums him up at the moment.
Oh, it was supermarkets at the moment are like, yeah, we'll take whatever we can.
Yeah.
We'll take that. We'll charge you for it. You idiot.
And then when he checked out of the hotel, did he get charged again? Or was it one of the free ones?
Nah, I think it's one of the ones that the club gives you. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Christian Moraes wearing his Port Adelaide issued gear and then going to the port store and paying
And
for
paid
it.
for it on the way out.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Jack Lukosius, thank you so much for coming in. You've got some port tickets to give away, yes?
Yep, bought a heap.
Yes.
Bought a heap in, yep.
Good on you. Very,
many,
very
Jack?
generous of you, Jack.
20.
Not quite. Hey, mate, we appreciate your time. Good luck in recovery. And like you said, hopefully we see you back on the track at least in the next couple of weeks.
Yep, definitely. Thanks,
for
guys.
coming in.
Fitzy Fridays, Fitzy Fridays, da 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 da. Fitzy Fridays.
Oh, big game tonight, Hazy. Crows v Hawks down at UTAS Stadium. Ryan Fitzgerald, how are you feeling?
Yeah, tough. I got my Copamundials on and I am ready to play tonight. Tough down in Tasmania. I mean, we know how cold it's been here in Adelaide in the mornings, how fresh it's been. Imagine how fresh it's going to be down in Tassie.
Jeez, this sorts the boys out, doesn't it? Like, you've got to want it. You've got to want it when you play night games in Canberra and Tasmania.
Yep, and it's moments like these where people would look at me and go, Fitzy, we need you. And I would put an extra training jacket on and then I'd sit on the bench trying to warm myself up. Because I don't want to go back on the ground. I don't want to do it, Hazy. I will not be the match winner. I've always said that about my career. Never wanted to be the match winner.
You don't want the ball in the hands. Post siren, down by 5 points on the boundary. You don't want the ball in your hands. You can't handball it off. There's no time.
No. It's going to be a great game tonight, so it'll be very handy to go into the bye with another win against the Hawks.
100%. Fitzy, it is Men's Mental Health Week. We had the absolute luxury of speaking to Hamish McLaughlin yesterday, who is one of the best communicators in this country. I feel like you're in the same sort of bracket, different style, but the way that you express yourself is very, very clear and very relatable. Men's mental health, you're in your 40s. How has it changed for you over the journey?
I think the biggest thing that I want to point out here is being a southern boy and growing up around that area and in an environment of teams and look, my dad's generation, like it was, growing up, Hazy, I found it very, very hard to communicate. Like it was a sign of weakness to show, if you were feeling sad or down or anything like that. It's taken me a very long time to get over that. But just the power of actually talking and opening up to people I cannot stress enough for anyone out there who's especially around my age, that find it hard sometimes, if you are doing it tough, and I know this can be really, really hard to do, but just to grab a mate, a friend, your partner, a mentor, and just say to them, look, I'm doing it really tough at work at the moment, or I'm struggling a little bit with cost of living, but if you can get it out there, it just opens your whole world up. And the way that I look at it now, Hazy, is I look at the little wins that I have every day, and whether that's looking at the sun for once or whether that's doing a workout and feeling good afterwards, you've just got to find those little wins. And I promise you, to all the men out there, and I know women are in the exact same boat, but if you can just talk to someone, it will just help you so much.
Do you know, Fitzy, I just connected when you said that it used to be a sign of weakness. My old man's not going to mind me saying this, but he told us a story years and years ago that when he was like 21, he took over the family farm. Yep. So a lot of money in debt.
Pressure and stress.
And he's looking at the sky, hoping it'll rain, and it's all based on that. So he said he went to the doctor, and he said to the doctor, can you fix my eyes because they keep on leaking? I can't stop them from leaking. And the doctor did some tests and did all sorts of things and came back and said, no, that's you don't have leaky eyes. They're tears because you have chronic anxiety. And he was like, I thought you'd just give me something to stop them from leaking. All this watery stuff's coming out of him all the time.
He was crying and he didn't even know, Hazy.
It's back in the times where, lucky to be here. What have you got to be upset about? All those types of things. And even from that generation to this, there's such a big shift.
Well, our farmers in South Australia are doing it tough now. Do you know, like even Scott Pape, the barefoot investor that we think is a multi-millionaire, he just revealed recently that his worst investment, and it's costing him a fortune, is he's a farmer now.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that he has to pay for feed for his sheep is just, he's saying, why did I invest in this? But where would we be without farmers? But this is the thing, like, I think it's becoming more acceptable now with farmers and in the regional community that you need to talk about this. And I know we're going through a drought in South Australia and we need rain, but they're the ones that need it the most. It's a really important week. Talk to people around you. And the hardest conversation you will have is the first conversation that you have. But I promise you, once you do it, when it rains, it pours. It'll all come out of your soul, and it will make you feel so much better.
Fitzy, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for those words because they're going to connect with so many people, and it's going to mean a lot to people in South Australia. So thank you, mate, and the Crows will win for you tonight.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know.
What you need to know with Jody and Hazy.
Your absolute worst nightmare when it comes to taking a flight has unfolded in India. So the Boeing 7878 crashed into a residential neighbourhood on takeoff. So basically the flight was bound for London. It exploded into flames 30 seconds after it took off from the tarmac, and then the plane crashed. At least 294 people have died, and that includes some students as the plane crashed into a building where they were staying. This is so awful.
That is the stuff of nightmares.
Oh, isn't it? And there were reports of people jumping from like the first, second story out of the building to try and escape. But unbelievably, Vishwash Kumar Ramesh was in seat 11A when it crashed, and he survived.
He's walked away, hasn't he?
He has basically walked away unscathed. He's in hospital at the moment for observation, but he was found limping in the street amid the carnage after the plane went down. He said, when I got up, there were bodies all around me. I was scared. I stood up and ran. There were pieces of the plane all around me. Someone grabbed hold of me and put me in an ambulance and brought me to hospital.
Oh, my God. That is unbelievable.
They talk about survivor's guilt. Like, how on earth do you
fathom what's happened?
Yeah, exactly. In your mind, I was the one person out of 294 people that survived this thing. Yeah. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's crazy. Let's go to West Croydon, and this is a really sad story. So this was an exclusive story on Channel 7 last night about Annette Vermeer. Now, she's a lovely lady, which I know as well.
Yeah.
I know Annette, and she's an absolutely beautiful woman, and her dog was mauled to death in front of her.
This is awful.
It's shocking, isn't it?
I remember sitting
and you hear stories like this as well locally, and you're like, oh, gosh.
Oh, man. I was watching the story last night thinking that poor woman and that poor little poodle.
So it was a little poodle, so a little white sort of fluffy thing, gorgeous little dog, and it was attacked by a golden staffy.
Yeah.
And I think what's more concerning is the situation that Annette found herself in, and that is the bloke, the owner of the staffy, taking no responsibility whatsoever and basically being very rude about it and walking off in a different direction, not exchanging details, no nothing, which would make the situation so much worse. So Annette spoke to 7 News last night.
I couldn't do anything. I tried with all my heart to get him off her, but I just couldn't. He just had his jaws locked on her. And she was screaming, and then all of a sudden she just stopped, and I knew then that we were in serious trouble.
So, and that is why when people say you got to keep your dog in the lead, if it's a big dog or if it's a small dog, it doesn't matter. Because if there's one dog that's a bit rogue and goes down this path, and it can end in absolute tragedy. For someone like Annette, who doesn't deserve this because she's such a beautiful person.
Poor little Lulu suffered a punctured lung, broken jaw and ribs, and a bleed on the brain. And I think the vet said it's kinder to put her down. But do you know what she did say on the news last night, which resonated with me? She said, I just want to find this guy and make him understand so that a little kid or a little toddler isn't next.
100%. So that's the thing.
I get really cross when people with those big aggressive dogs have them off the lead. Like, I'm not really sure why you need those dogs, or those ones that are prone to attacking kids and other small animals. But B, to not have it on a lead is so irresponsible. And to walk away from that after it's killed someone else's dog is just absolutely disgraceful.
That is what you need to know on Jody and Hazy. Good morning.
Let's get ready to rumble. Round one. Ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Bangers.
Oh my gosh, really intense competition. Chance for you to pick the music, but we take it very, very personally, this space.
Yeah.
Really personally.
Two fierce musical warriors selecting songs. We put them head to head. You jump on Jody and Hazy and you select who you would like to hear this morning.
Spot on. All right, so the year was 1996. 2 songs. You went with this one. Yeah, cool. Not bad. Not bad. And I went with this one. Geez, that's different directions, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Like, that is aggressive in terms of the direction.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much the Friends lovers came out of the woodwork.
I appealed to them.
Yeah.
I appealed to them. Yeah, if you even have the slightest ounce of respect for all of the Friends community, Friends staff and crew, you'd vote for my song.
I did a similar appeal. If you have any love and respect for all the male strippers out there who are doing their thing to that song, then vote for me.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Friends crew versus male strippers. All right, producer Molly, let's get a winner. What do we got?
The winner with 58% is Jody.
Oh, the strippers! Everyone. Oh my gosh, you dirty bird. You love strippers. Oh, good stuff. All right, winning song this week is Genuine Pony, which takes the tally now for Battle of the Bangers to 9 apiece.
We're on. We on.